I will be joining the Brotherhood of Duke University.
So, you've probably heard the name Zion Williamson. Known best for his show-stopping electric dunks and countless highlights that have gone viral on the internet, he's a household name in basketball circles. What you probably don't know though is the complete game that Zion actually has. From watching him over several games, the purpose of this video is to showcase the different skill set that Zion has and why he's being considered as a top prospect in next year's NBA draft. The first skill set that I want to touch on is his transition game. Now, although this may be the most obvious translatable NBA skill, Zion has many different ways in which he dominates in transition. The first way that he thrives is his IQ when filling lanes. For someone standing at about 6'7" and 280 pounds, he has a great stride when switching both ends of the court. His motor is high, and you can tell he loves playing in transition because he's always looking to get in on every fast break. He gets down the court really quickly and has developed a proper sense of which lane to be in when his teammates are running the break, and he's able to get the ball on time and on target. By being able to run without the ball, defenders are basically helpless by the time he gets it because he's already taken off and is at the rim. You can really see in these highlights how the defenders look beaten before he's even jumped. Now, Zion's nuclear athleticism combined with this action has already allowed him to catch countless lobs, and this has resulted in some unreal dunks. His second strength in transition is as a ball handler. Now, his rebounding, which I'll touch on later, allows him to get the ball off the glass and really fly down the court. He has a good handle and is able to make moves in the open court to get away from his defenders. At that size, with that speed and the agility that he has, honestly, there's not a lot of guys he'll be able to get in his way. Now, aside from the slick Euro steps and the other floater finishes, I have noticed that he's great at adjusting in midair while still maintaining a soft touch off the glass. Honestly, he looks very LeBronish when pushing the ball up the floor, except he's about 30 pounds heavier. Now, pushing the ball coast to coast is normally how most young players feel comfortable, as the rest of their game isn't as developed, and Zion is the same way. But with that being said, I think his ability to go coast to coast will translate to the NBA right away, and he's going to be just as good on the next level in transition. The next area of his offensive game that I want to explore is the interior scoring. To put it simple, if he catches the ball in the paint cleanly, he's probably scoring. Most coaches this year will instruct their teams to try to send him to the line, but you can clearly see that he's way too strong for other college players to wrap him up cleanly. Because of this, I'm expecting him to get a lot of and ones this year through continuation. I've noticed his ability to switch hands in midair and finish with either hand, the right or the left, although he does have a preference to go to his left hand. Zion has a few moves in the half court that will allow him to shift defenders and get in the lane, and honestly, once he's in there, he lets his athleticism and creativity take over. I haven't seen him bust out any crazy crossovers or anything like that. It's been more about simple and efficient movements when needed. Another thing I've noticed is his use of the jump stop. He has a preference to jump off of two while in traffic, and this makes sense because then he can gather himself and absorb any contact that's coming his way. The next thing that Zion does really well is rebounding. He has a really quick jump when getting off the floor, and he's able to beat most people to balls that are up for grabs. Like most other good rebounders, he has a knack to kind of know which side that the ball is coming off of, and honestly, he just jumps up and goes to get it. And again, in college, there's not going to be many people who can really match his athleticism, so it makes it look even crazier when he's literally soaring over the other team to grab these rebounds. The other thing about his rebounding has to do with the speed of his second jump. He's able to spring back up to either secure the ball or grab it, come back down, and go back up to get a layup. Probably the most underrated aspect of his overall game, Zion is a good passer. He sees the floor well and knows where his passing lanes are. Standing at about 6'7", Zion can see over most defenses and can survey exactly what they're trying to do. Right now, his strength is in passing off of the attack, and that results in things like dump-offs or lobs to teammates. But as he progresses as a passer, I'm more excited to see him develop into someone who can make those cross-court passes and hit open shooters in the corner, because I can definitely see that potential in him. Because the NBA is a pick and roll league, one thing that I wish Duke did more was run more pick and rolls for him. I'm curious to see how his pick and roll IQ is and how often he's able to make the right read to get his teammates open. The most surprising part of Zion's game that I didn't really see coming was his shot blocking ability. Obviously, we all know he's a great athlete, but shot blocking is usually more than that. I've been impressed with how he reads what the offensive player is doing, and he's already had some spectacular help side blocks. For the most part, Zion has been able to contest shots without fouling by going vertical and finding the ball, and this has resulted in his blocks that are usually really flashy and they help energize the rest of his team. Lastly, some of the weaknesses I've noticed with Zion's game would have to do with his outside shooting stroke and his free throws. Now, although at some points early in the season he has shown the ability to hit a mid-range pull-up or a three-point shot, I'm looking to see if this trend can continue and stay consistent over the season so we can truly see how good of an outside shooter he really is. Similarly, in terms of free throw shooting, with the style of game that he's going to be playing by attacking the rim a lot and probably getting to the line a lot, I'm curious to see where his free throw percentages lie over the course of the season. And I want to know if he's going to be a reliable free throw shooter or not going forward. So that is my in-depth scouting report video on Zion Williamson early in this season. If you want to see more videos of breaking down players' games and other scouting reports, leave it in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.